Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video. Today we're going to look at the One Piece card game. This is a card game that's coming out this year, presumably for English, definitely Japanese. That is also made by Bandai, so the people who also make Dragon Ball Super and Digimon, both games that I'm really invested in. And obviously this game is still being developed and coming out. But the rules manual just dropped for it. This is a machine translation for it, so not perfect, but I think we can get a pretty good idea of like how the flow and how the game works in general. And yeah, I'm excited to go over it. Honestly, like the short answer is that it looks like a combination of both the Digimon and Dragon Ball Super. Something what I want in a card game right now. I really like Dragon Ball Super, and my only dislike with it is that sometimes we have like 50-minute games, and I like Digimon, but sometimes we have like, and because like the speed is like 10-15-minute games most of the time. But there's not as much complexity. So if this is like an in-between of those, I'd be super duper happy with it. So we're just going to go over the rules, have some insights for it. Also, not really spoilers, but I I know Dragon Ball Super. I knew a good amount of Digimon. One Piece I've somehow avoided for like the last 20 years. So I'm starting to go through it. Please no spoilers for me. I know that's Luffy. I know that's Luffy right there. But I'm still trying to catch up on the lore. I know it's been great. It's been fun watching it. You're just kind of binging it, but it's something that I need to get a little bit better at. So apologies for any lore related stuff that I'm missing out on. But looking through this real quick, so the setup for the game is that we have a leader card, a deck, and a Dawn deck, which is essentially like an energy deck. I know some other card games kind of have this energy system. So I guess real quick. So it's one leader card like Dragon Ball Super, 50 cards, but they have to be the same color as your leader. So this is like the biggest kind of like deck restriction that we've had. Like Digimon and Dragon Ball doesn't really have any restrictions on color that way. So it's kind of interesting there. And then also like the Dawn deck of 10. So this is kind of like our energy, our mana, or whatever word you want to use for it. I honestly, I haven't played a card game with this kind of like energy system. I really like what Dragon Ball Super does, where it makes it really hard to have a bad hand, or at least like you can always charge something from your hand to get that energy. And something that I dislike about Magic, and if you've played Magic before, it kind of has a similar energy system, or I guess mana system as Dragon Ball Super, but you have to have the specific land cards to use them, right? And so if you don't draw any land cards, or you only draw land cards, you're not doing super well, right? So having your separate deck that essentially, I mean, this more or less represents what mana does in Hearthstone, where just once per turn you get one more. I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's the idea. You just have this deck full of energy, and you get one more every turn. That's kind of nice. And then currently, it looks like they're releasing with 3 types of cards. We've got character cards, or like battle cards, or Digimon. We have event cards, which are probably going to be like option cards or extra cards for those games, and then also stage cards. So it's probably something similar to how the field cards work in Dragon Ball Super. I don't think it says specifically if you can have more than one stage card, but I'm guessing you can only have one. You have to well mix your deck and put Dawn in its place, place your leader card in its place, and then you have to decide who goes first or second. Also, I didn't say this either. If you guys just want the hard copy of this, there is a link in the description too. And if there's a better translation one that comes up in the next couple weeks, I will update this video to have a link to that too, because there is going to be a little bit of speculation on how some of these mechanics work. But we get to draw 5 cards and then return. If you want to do a mulligan, it's kind of like the Digimon mulligan, where you just have to do the full 5, but you also do it before you place your life, which is interesting. Which in these games, it looks like you have life, and then also we have what else? Then whoever goes first doesn't do that. Also, it doesn't say specifically how much life. I think it might be dependent on the character how much life you get. I don't think it said so straight up. So that's something to look at. Obviously Dragon Ball is always 8 unless your leader says otherwise, and Digimon it's always 5, and we'll go from there. I don't think it says it says so for there. So yeah, looking at like the playmat, we have like your leader area, which is in like the middle, which is interesting, where you put your what is it, like your stage or like your field card. So which makes me think that You only get one field, and then you have this character area, which is like around it, which is interesting. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. It also has like specific spots for it, so I'm not sure if you're like you have to have exactly 5. I also don't. I guess you can only have one field because this is yellow and this is red too. And then we also have like the cost area, which is kind of like the energy area. And as far as I know, there's like in Dragon Ball Super, the middle is technically the combo area, even though that's rarely the case in physical play. But I'm guessing the cost area, and we'll look at what these Dons do. They kind of do, they can have some interaction, which is really nice. And then your life over here, and then your trash, or whatever I don't know, like, are they going to call it Davy Jones' lock or something? Probably something more One Piece related there. So that's kind of like how you start the turn. And then if we go to let's see, let's go through how this kind of stuff works. So I'm not sure why it's so laggy, but we have our, so the kind of the turn flow. So we have our refresh phase. So this is, you Don attached to the card in your place all cards. As far as I know, what you do is that you can attach your energy or your mana to your cards. And so once you do that, at the beginning of your turn, you refresh all of your mana or your Dawn, I guess, in this one. It's going to be interesting what they call it in English. I'm not sure if Dawn is the right word, but I think it might probably be more like a bang. And then also, if you go to, so it just unattaches itself from it, and then also anything that's in rest mode unrests itself. We go to our draw phase, so we just draw a card. You don't draw if you go first. And then we have our Dawn phase. So turn the top 2 cards of your deck face up and place them it's saying 2. Place one on the first turn of the first player. So if you get 2 every turn, that's really interesting. I don't know if it's specifically. I'm guessing it is 2 every turn. So whoever goes first gets 1. Whoever gets second has 2, and then whoever goes first again and when it's their turn, they have 3. So I'm guessing it's going to have like this mismatch of this. But I do like this idea where if you go second, you like in Dragon Ball Super and in Digimon. You don't get that much advantage for going second. In Digimon, you kind of do. You can sign, if your opponent gives you 3 memory, you can probably play 2 cards per turn. But if you're like in Dragon Ball Super, the only thing you get is like the ability to attack first, which is fine, but in 1 card. But like if it's since Dragon Ball is such a like energy based game where you need to some decks are really just get to 4 energy as fast as you can, and since there's literally no ramp in the game anymore, whoever gets first is going to get there first. So I don't know. So having like this kind of irregularly between the 2 of them I think is interesting, and kind of how the mana system works. And then what else we got here? Let's just go to the main phase. So you can do any of the following as much as you want. You can play a card. So with the cost, you can make it appear by making it a rest. So I'm thinking it's you rest your Dawn, or like you rest your energy to play that. So if this costs 3, you rest 3 of your Dawn to do so. And then you can also attach your Dawn to it to give it a plus 1k. And then if so you can, like, it's kind of like how comboing works in Dragon Ball Super, where you can get that additional memory or like additional boost if you need to. And then when it leaves the field, it comes back. So even if the card that has your energy attached to it, you don't like lose it, it just comes back rested, which is kind of nice. And it looks like there's some card effects that are based on using Dawn as well. I don't specifically know. These are probably the roughest translations we have here. So you satisfy the effect of leaders and characters by, so this is Dawn times 1. So you have to, if you probably have like 1 card underneath it, you get to use the effect. And then the -1 is, I'm guessing you put 1 back into your Dawn deck. So like you unramp 1 by using this effect, and then the activate Dawn is just you rest 1. So that is my quick guess on this. This is probably going to be a little bit more clear later on. But essentially what it's just saying is that you have these skills that are based on using your energy, and you can have energy-based skills too. And I'm guessing that moving forward too, there'll be like like just the fact that you can put this Dawn underneath it means that you can use the effect, like, you know, you have to put 3 underneath your dude, but once you have 3, you get these bonus effects kind of thing. And then we also have attacking, so you can pretty much suspend or rest your cards to be able to do the swings. Also, characters can't attack the turn they come into play, so it has summoning sickness like Digimon, unlike Dragon Ball Super. Also, you cannot attack on the first turn of the first attack and the second attack. I know it means you can't attack on the first turn, but I don't know specifically anything else from that. I'm guessing you can probably swing on your second turn, and it looks like your leaders can be swinging too, which is kind of nice. All right, then we have our battle procedure too. So it's the same as all the Bandai card games, where you have these swings where you can only attack stuff that is already suspended, except for the leader. So so for people who play Digimon in Dragon Ball, instead of just swing at security, you swing at a leader or a character, and then if you're able to do damage to that leader, then you take the life kind of thing. So that kind of battle stuff is more like Dragon Ball Super and how kind of damage works. So once you can hit a leader even as in active mode or unsuspended, and then also so you rest it and you make the swing. So you can swing on anything. You can always swing on the leader or anything in rest mode kind of thing. Then we have block step. The attack player has his if you can just block, which is pretty standard across all games. The only thing that I saw that was different was that we'll just go down to it. So the counter step, so the attack player is from the hand as much as possible. So it looks like it's only the defender gets to do stuff. No one on the offense. Once you do your swing, you're committed to it, but you don't have any bonuses. Though I'm guessing that there's probably like some counter cards that are be coming out. So it's like, once again, in between Digimon and Dragon Ball Super, where Dragon Ball Super, there's like a whole like combo step and you can activate battle steps from here. This just looks like a simple like counter step and just kind of go from there. And then there's the damage step. So the power of the attacking card and the attack compared to the, I always want to start reading these and they start off making sense and then just kind of piddle out. So you just compare their numbers, and then the power of the attacking card is if it's more than the power of the card being attacked, you win the battle, and the results are on the right. So if your number's bigger, the power of the attacking card, if it's more than the power of the card being attacked, so which means to me that if it's ties, you have to overcome the tie. So if a 5K swings into a 5K, you have to be a 6K to do anything with it. That's what I'm getting from this. This could be wrong, but based off this machine translation, that's what kind of stands out to me. So when attacking the leader, inflict 1 damage to the leader who lost the battle, and so that's pretty standard for both games. My guess is might be some like double strike kind of stuff. And then also, when attacking a character, KO the character who lost the battle and put in the trash. If the attack card loses, nothing happens. So if you're a 5K and you swing into something that's 6K, or if they block it with a 6K, in Digimon the character would die. In Dragon Ball Super the character would live, and so that's the one it's choosing between the two. Or even if you're swinging, they block, and for whatever, like if they have something to counter step to make their like 4K blocker an 8K blocker or something, and you only have like a 5K swinger, then it just means that nothing happens. The attack is not successful, it seems. When your leader's damaged, add 1 card from your life to your hand. So unlike Digimon, you add the card, so it's card advantage when you get there. And then at this time, if the card has an effect, you can reveal the card to activate the effect. So it looks like there are specific cards too that say, all right, when this... So it's kind of like still, again, I keep saying it, between the both, where you get the card advantage like you do in Dragon Ball Super, but if it has an effect, like if you hit like a Gaia Force in Digimon, you get to immediately activate the effect when it's popped up. So I don't know... It doesn't look like you have to reveal it, but you can reveal it on the swing, essentially. So like Dragon Ball, you add it, but like Digimon, you can reveal it if you want to, but you don't have to reveal it. And if it's like something, like let's say it's a Gaia Force and they have empty field, but it goes to your hand anyways, and you don't want to show that your opponent, show your opponent you have a Gaia Force, then you can just choose not to reveal. I don't know. That's really hypothetical, but... and then how the game ends is that in Dragon Ball, when you're out of life, you're dead. and which always means that there's like in Dragon Ball, there's always 2 cards you can never ever get in your deck, because once you deck out 100%, even if it's not your draw phase, you lose the game, and if you go to 0 life. So your last life and the last card in deck are cards you can never ever like use for the rest of the game. Digimon, it's different, where it follows this a little bit more. If your leader's damaged and there's no life, that player loses the game. So you have to remove all of the life and then do 1 more damage from it. But that is the basics from this. It looks really interesting. We're going to have to see some more example cards. Obviously, I don't think I've seen much of these battle cards, like besides whatever character this is. I'm a One Piece poser. All right, I'm trying to get it. I'm doing my best at it, but it looks really interesting from what I'm seeing. And like, really, if you play either game, you'll probably pick this up pretty quickly. That's my assumption, because it looks like it's a mix of both. And it'll be, I'm definitely going to try it. I'm going to be interested to see more cards that come out. But that's going to be it for me. Let me know if you guys are excited or looking forward to this game. And if you want to see more content as stuff comes out. And that's going to be it for me. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.
Damn it.